Okay, I know the nomination tension is still hot. We're going to get to that. Wanni, I called you earlier. How are you doing? Very well, thank you. So I feel like you and Shaun seem to break up every 3 market days. And in fact, last Sunday you said you are done. Nothing can ever make you go back. They just toasted you small, you went back. What's happening?
I love a girl. I like the boy. I'm feeling the boy. And I'm being very genuine, and we're getting to know each other. And I'm quite a hot-tempered person, and he too has quite a temper. But we're getting to know each other. Even with my sister, who I'm loved the most, we still fight and we have our ups and downs. So I believe in genuine friendship and relationship.
I always look forward to in the eviction night on Big Brother Naija is how Ebuka grills this housemate when it comes to their relationships, right? And he's very particular about who he asks those kind of questions. And you might not even see the repercussion of some of those things until you come out and some people start getting dragged. Because tell me why Ebuka is always fond of asking the females about this question. Are you exclusive? Is it your boyfriend? Is it da 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 da? We've seen it happen with Nicole Rose. We've seen it happen with Benita. And the way this relationship crashed, you know, with the dragging and the animosity and everything. So you'll not see more of the insults landing on the females. Like, okay, how will you claim a man in Big Brother house that has not asked you out? Blah, blah, blah. Are you sure he asked you out? And all that. It's just too messy for me. I feel like these ladies should learn how to answer some of these questions. You know, beat Ebuka to his game. Don't come and be claiming somebody that you just met a few days ago. Well, welcome to the BB Naija update here on Leadership TV. My name is Cynthia Anwado, and of course, I love to give you all the lowdown, all the gist, all the happenings in the Big Brother house as it happens. Yes, let's go right into Saturday and the after party drama. What's a Saturday night party without an after party drama? Of course, we saw something between Anita and Topher. I mean, everything was going on fine, you know. After the party, Big Brother said move back into the house immediately, and that was the first time I was seeing Anita actually drunk. And I'm very sorry guys, but I love drunk Anita. She was giving me the vibes. I love drunk Anita. She was displaying, she was happy, she was pecking everyone on the cheek. She was, you know, turning into a motivational speaker. When you walk out of this door, know that you are a winner, you make it in life, blah blah blah. She turned into a singer. What did Anita not do yesterday? Or rather on Saturday. At 2 a.m., Anita picked up a broom and was sweeping the entire house, complaining about how messy the house is. People littering their towels everywhere, wrappers of food. In short, that's the first time I was seeing classy Anita, our own pageant queen, display in drunkenness. And of course, Topher was one of the victims of her anger because she flared up on Topher. We just saw her coming out of the bedroom and shouting at Topher, "Don't let them hear our voice today, oh, don't let them hear, or just I asked you to do something and you didn't do it." And then she just shut the door in his face. And we saw Topher and Onyeka on one other end laughing, and Onyeka was asking him, "Is it because of me you guys are arguing, blah blah blah?" And they just continued from the closet. She went to the dining area to eat her food, and they went on. And then she said, "Don't anger me. Please, if you know that you want to get me angry, just go back, go and sleep." You know, and she just picked up a broom and started sweeping. And Topher asked her, "Is it now you want to sweep 1 a.m. in the night? What is wrong with you?" And she was just displaying, and I don't want to say she was not on her right senses, because I mean, people do different things when they are drunk. Some people cover it up with drunkenness, some people just let their inner person show. But I saw an entirely different Anita, and some people interpreted that as kind of rudeness to Topher. I mean, social media was buzzing and I said, okay, I will not allow, people were saying I will not allow a girl talk to my brother like this, she's rude to Topher, she's blah 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 and all of that. And from my understanding, I think she wanted Topher to help her get cleaned up after the party. And Topher went on to start having a conversation with Onyeka. I think that was where her annoyance was coming from. And again, I think Topher wanted to call her Anita and then mistakenly called her Onyeka. In short, it was too much. And then the age conversation comes to place. Like, okay, why is Anita Why does Anita treat Topher the way she treats him? Is it because she's like older than him? Okay, if Anita was in a ship with one of the older guys in the house, let's say OC or OC, the body weight twin, would she, behave the way she usually behaves? Because it seems like she doesn't accord Topher like the needed respect that you think a woman will accord a man she's in a relationship with. But then what do we know really? These shifts in the house, we just see different dynamics coming out every single day. But then we'll know which one is real when they actually leave the house. Yes. So there's also this dynamic forming between Onyeka, Wanni, and Shaun. All right, after the Saturday party, we saw Onyeka conversing with Handy about her sister and was like, okay, I advised your sister Wanni on something, and then she carried every single advice I gave her and went to Shaun. I put my friendship with Shaun on the line just to help her. Okay, what I understood from that conversation was Onyeka was trying to advise Wanni and say, okay, even as you are in love with a guy, you don't put your all into it. You would not make yourself in that image of being a prize that you are, right? All this cooking and cleaning and duties that you do for him, you are not supposed to be doing it, at least not in this stage. Allow him to actually earn it. When you see that he has earned it, then you start doing it for him, kind of like a big sister advice. But Wanni packed up everything Onyeka advised her and went to tell Shaun. So that was what Onyeka was trying to tell her, that she was really uncomfortable with it. And Shaun came to ask her, why did you tell Wanni all of that? And in a way, put their friendship on the line. Onyeka and Shaun are quite cool in the house. So she was relaying her displeasure to Handy and saying your sister is not as smart as I expected her to be. And then even Handy was saying that I've never seen my sister this way, cooking for a man, blah blah. I've not seen her let herself go in this kind of way. So they were just talking about it. And right after that, I think later on that same Saturday, or maybe it was this Sunday, where we also saw Onyeka also conversing with Wanni about the same situation. And Wanni was asking her, Onyeka, I need your genuine advice. What do you think about what I have with Shaun? And Onyeka still repeated everything that she had told her earlier and said, okay, I think you should reduce I'm not saying you should end the relationship, but allow him to see you as the prize. Don't come and put your all into the relationship and you just let him sit back and watch you do everything for him and he doesn't even do anything for you. I think Onyeka was coming from a good place, although it might have been misconstrued as maybe jealousy or what have you. But the points I picked up from everything Onyeka said to Wanni was actually what a big sister would tell a little sister, even a friend. Just the right advice. When you might think you're doing the right thing in your relationship, but when you stand outside looking in, you get to see the cracks and the things that you are actually doing wrong, and then you set yourself right. Okay, let's move on now to the eviction show. Yes, how Ebuka brings the heat in the eviction show, hammering these housemates with questions and putting them on a hot seat. Where he moves to Topher and then he asks Topher, do you think your friend Suj cares about you and your relationship, like genuinely? Do you think he cares about your relationship genuinely? And then he was like, okay, yeah, I think he cares about my relationship. And Ebuka moved on to ask him, I saw you conversing with Anita and telling Anita that don't go all out for people that don't even care about you. And also he asked Topher the friendship conversation that he had with Suj about relaying issues to him in the house and all that. And then he said, yeah, I actually told Suj that there are levels to friendship. Sometimes when I ask Suj a question or to give me an advice, because we think alike, he tells me exactly what I want to hear. But when I want a different advice from a stranger, I go to meet Shaun because I know he's blunt, he tells it as it is. But for Suj, on the other hand, Suj might actually tell me the things that I want to hear because we think alike, we are almost the same. Then Ebuka moved on to Suj and asked Suj how he felt about Topher's response. And Suj was like, okay, I was quite surprised, but I tried to see things from his own angle and where I was doing things wrongly. There was a lot of miscommunication between us. And then Ebuka also asked Suj, I said, does that mean you have a miscommunication problem? Because this week also you had a fight with Nelly, which Nelly kept on emphasizing and saying, you don't like me, you don't like me. What do you think you are doing wrong? And Suj, being the overthinker that he is, he tried to answer that question as politically as possible. He said, okay, I try to communicate the best way I can, but I think Nelly was angry because of some of my actions during the course of the week, and now we've talked about it and it's cool and all of that. But then throughout like that Saturday leading up to Monday, it seemed like Suj was in a mood, kept on going on and on about that question Ebuka asked him, even discussing with Nelly and saying, okay, he could do anything to like converse with his sister now. I know what that meant. Probably ask his sister for advice. Ask, okay, am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right moves in the house? You know how that house messes with you. And not all of them. I noticed not all of them are mentally strong. It seems like some people are quite grounded. They know what they are there for. They are playing the game. They don't seem shaken in any way, or maybe they just have a better way of masking it. But you can just see some people cracking, breaking down. In this week, this past week, we saw Nelly break down because of her issues with Suj, and she talking about the dream she had about her mother. We saw Chizoba also break down continuously with her sister quarreling. So this is week 6. So we'll probably see a lot more of them cracking. Even as there are some of them that feel like that it looks like there's no shaking. They're not even feeling anything. They could stay in Big Brother's house for 1 year, but some of them are already feeling the heat. So I think that's one of the things ships or friendships in the house does. You have somebody that you can actually share some of the, insecurities that you have about that house. So moving on now, Ebuka also questions Chizoba about the dynamics with the way twins and Ben. Her breaking down this week and telling Ben that she likes space, but she told him by the way twins something quite different. And Chizoba said something that really was funny to me. She said, I think I like space, but be around. Don't be far away. If I say give me space, and just give me space, but let your eyes. So from that question, I feel like the dynamics between the evaluators and Ben, there's a level Chizoba has with these guys. This week we also saw her quarreling with him by the way twins because of this whole HOH thing with her sister, and the fact that I think she put them in the bedroom, in the toilet or something like that. They were not quite really in a good place this week, and we saw that affecting her. But when it comes to her relationship with Ben, it seems like she values. That's what I noticed. So it seems like she values the opinions of the Mbadiwe twins over Ben. You get the respect that she accords to these guys. She doesn't even accord it to the guy she's in a ship with. So is the pedestal that she holds these Mbadiwe twins to. She doesn't have that. She doesn't put Ben on the same pedestal. She looks at those guys in a very high way, like elder brothers, like people that have, got their thing going on, have their life settled, and all of that. I just think it's the presentation. At the end of the day, it's just packaging. It's how you present yourself to people that will actually take you. That's just it. If you put yourself high up there, that's how people are going to take you. But if you bring yourself down, anything you see, you take. Moving on now, we also saw Ebuka asking Wanni this whole, boyfriend question, like the first video that I played. Ebuka asked her, okay, we've seen you guys break up continuously in the house, and then you say, I'm not going back. It's done. It's over. But we always see you going back. So, and then Wanni was like, okay, we're in a good place. We're getting to know each other every day. We quarrel, we fight, but I still, like him and all that. And Ebuka now, asked the direct question, is he your boyfriend? And then Wanni said, yes, he's my boyfriend in the house. He's my boyfriend in the house. And that just reminded me of all the other former housemates that Ebuka have sent. Ebuka, all the other housemates that he has asked this question to. I remember the Venita and Adekunle season, the All-Star season, where, they were asked that question, and Adekunle just gave a thumbs up. It was so hilarious. And even the whole Likoro saga with Emmanuel during the reunion, and Emmanuel asking, did I ask you out? You don't have any right to be questioning me. After they had the fight in Dubai, I think the housemates went for, a Pepsi or a sponsored travel, and it was said that Emmanuel cheated on Rose, and it was just too messy. was too messy. So when questions, Ebuka comes with this kind of questions, I'm like, why do you have to ask the lady this question? Why do you ask the lady this question? Why don't you just ask the guy? But then it's to create drama. I mean, why would Ebuka be asking those kind of questions to the lady if he doesn't want to create drama? He just wants to create drama. Well, let's see where this ends, because Handy also came to ask her sister, did he ask you out? Did he ask you out before you start claiming him? So let's just watch and see where this ends. We saw Shaun and Handy try to settle their issue right after the eviction show. Handy has been quite distant from Shaun since the last quarrel he had with Wanni last week. So they were like trying to settle it, and Shaun revealed that he has not dated twins before, so he's not used to this dynamic, and he's trying to learn, because he's dating Wanni, of course, so he's trying to learn how to be also friends with Handy, apart from the fact that he's dating her sister. Just them being friends, understanding each other and all that. Handy also let him know where he went wrong, that he doesn't know how to apologize. He's not good at apologizing and all that. They just try to like settle their issues. Let's just see the dynamic going on, because Handy in a way just took a step back from that relation. Before, they used to be like triplets moving together, but throughout the week we just saw just Shaun and Wanni. Handy tried to just like pitch her tent with some of the other housemates. She just reduced the way she was following her sister and the guy. But let's just see this week what happens with that. Another funny thing on the final note, Big Brother gave Ben another secret task to return the eggs back into the house in the middle of the night. And seeing Ben just take up that responsibility, I just wish Big Brother had a very big reward for him. Not stressing like this and just leave him hanging, because Ben had to now go into the diary room to start picking up the eggs and distributing it back into the house. And Big Brother compensate Ben, because Ben has done this is the second task now, and he has carried it out completely. I just wish Big Brother has a very, very big reward. Well, this is week 7 in the BB Niger house. Let's see the new dynamics that would form right here, and we'll be here to bring you the juicy details. Thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with more BB Niger updates. I'm Cynthia Onyeka. Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080 3688 6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.